All right, so in this week's podcast, this recording was done before the unfortunate passing of John Dunsworth.
We kind of sat on this episode because we were in the midst of a move. During the episode, we speak about John as if he was still alive because he was at the time. Unfortunately, since then he's passed. And we've decided to just release the episode as we normally would have. So without further ado,
Shelley Thompson.
okay, it's fucked, but whatever.
Just like your movie.
Oh,
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. This is the Wanderers podcast.
Episode 19.
Welcome. We interviewed Barbara Lahey.
Shelley Thompson.
Yeah, Shelley Thompson. We get into her new project she's got going on. She's got a film in
The Halifax Film Festival.
What was it called?
Pearls.
Pearls, yes. My God.
I think she kind of just said it in passing.
No, it was Pearls. It's about a...
I meant to ask her afterwards if that's what it was, but I'm pretty sure it's Pearls.
Mm.
She's just like oh yeah, it's Pearls, and then went on to say something else.
Yeah.
But
No,
yeah, and
we had a
she's-
really good conversation. Kind of got the inspiration of what made her kind of go towards that, like the stylings and everything.
yeah, talking a bunch about Trailer Park Boys, obviously.
And actually, in her short film, there's a short film, but there's also a feature film, which the short film ties into. And Ricky, he's got a different role that he's
Yeah,
gonna
it's
be
gonna
playing.
be out of character. apparently.
different side of him.
So the camera's all fucking wonky because Colin threw Link at the camera.
Well, Link threw himself.
Yeah, I
if you play it back,
It'll fix itself.
it will. Anyway, no.
Because this is the end. We do the intro at the end.
Yeah, we hacked the system. Anyway, we talk a little bit about what happened 16 years ago.
9/11.
Briefly, we
'Cause
didn't get it too much. Like,
Obviously, it's not going to be released. Today, right now, is 9/11.
yeah, today is 9/11, and we remember the ones who fell, but we also discuss a little bit about some different theories that may or may not be true. We kind of
I
stayed
don't
in the
like
middle with
getting
it.
into it, so I kind of stayed
I don't
on
really
the
like
sideline.
it either anymore, but at the same time,
It's really like I know it is, but it's really not about that anymore. It's
No.
more about remembering the people.
that's what. Yeah,
So I
Yeah.
just kind of we did have a conversation, but I kind of phoned it in. I didn't really.
I'd like to phone a friend.
I just didn't care about. I care, but I obviously
he doesn't
care
care about the conspiracy
arguing,
aspect
yeah.
of it. We kind of delved in a little bit with the other stories behind it, the non-official story, but you'll hear more about that in the episode.
and we talked about it.
It was
Good,
good. Yes,
very good.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Filmed very close to home.
I'm never going back to the quarry. For those of you who don't know, we live in the town that is 2 blocks over pretty much from where they shot the jump scene in the quarry, which I guess it doesn't. It's not. It's not 2 blocks. I'm
It's-
just exaggerating.
It's like 10-minute, 15-minute drive.
That's 2 blocks.
Yeah.
They're
Westmont Rose.
They're big blocks.
Westmont Rose is right there.
Yeah.
Like literally 5 minutes down the road.
Yeah, and it actually also had the Westmont Rose Kissing Bridge in it, and they actually called it the Kissing Bridge in the movie, which was even creepier.
Yeah.
But no,
Because that's what
it's-
those are called.
Yeah, the thing about that though, which I kind of appreciated, was it didn't show up there, so
Right.
it's fine. I'll still go.
It didn't show up at the quarry either.
No, that's what I mean. Like it
Yeah.
didn't show up at either. But I'll always remember.
Yeah, it's super cool. So
I'm really fucking excited for the next one because it's gonna be way better production.
yeah. I
it was
didn't
already really
realize
good.
that they had a director change. Like initially, they had a different director.
Well, I've been hearing about this movie for the last like 2.5 years.
Well,
and
they
I've been
started filming it 2 years, like 2
Yeah,
years ago. But
no,
even
like,
before
that's when I heard about it.
even
Like-
before that,
Mhm.
it had been in the works. And then I don't know, for whatever reason, they changed directors. And
Well, when they initially, like, very first started, like, I heard about it through the grapevines before anybody really
that would
heard
have
about
been already after they changed directors, though.
it. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they got at it pretty early because they didn't want to miss that 27-year mark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the crazy thing is they released this movie 27 years after, and in the movie it comes every 27 years, and actually it's actually really interesting if you look into the behind stories of like what it actually is. Like, do you know anything about it?
He's an interdimensional being.
Yeah.
And
Outside the boundaries of space and time.
yeah, and then you get the whole thing with the Dark Tower and like the turtle thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they still don't really know if they're gonna go into the whole cosmology aspect of it in the movie. Like they're gonna touch on it, but
I don't know. Like I didn't read the book, so I'd like to, but it's just a huge book.
it's like 1,100 pages.
And then
fucking
apparently
huge.
it's got some controversial things in there we don't talk about.
It's just a little kitty kitty gangbang, kitty kitty gangbang, we love you.
Shut up.
I mean chitty chitty bang bang. What?
Shut
What?
up.
Fuck.
Shut up.
Just take it out. Just take it out.
No, I'm not staying
What?
in.
That's staying in. I can't keep that in.
Oh,
I guess we are.
you made the rule.
Oh fuck.
It stays in.
We got another train wreck.
Keeping it in. Yeah, so that's it.
We're sorry.
We're
if
gonna
we
mention.
offended you.
We'll mention Loot Crate.
It's in the
now.
book. I didn't write the shit, man.
No, I know. That's the crazy thing.
I'm glad they left that part out though. That's
Fucking crazy. Weird. That man is a weird man.
it just doesn't make any sense. The power of love will
That's not
conquer
love.
it. Let's all fuck in the sewers.
Okay.
Okay,
Finish
that's enough of that.
End of that.
Yeah.
So if you want to support the podcast, you can check out Loot Crate. If you want to get in on that, it's every month. A box of goodies will be delivered to your door of superhero stuff and whatever is popular at the time, Star Wars, whatever. It's a bunch of toys and movies and stuff. About $20 a month. If you want in on that, you can support the Wanderers by using our links on our homepage. You can get the link on our Facebook page or Twitter.
Promo yet to come.
Yeah, we don't have a promo code yet, but hopefully one day we will.
Maybe. We might have another sponsor by
Our
that time.
affiliation ends at the end of September too, so I have to renew.
Okay.
So if you could get that in before the end of September, that'd be great. Also, check out Stitcher. We're affiliated with Stitcher as well.
Yep. Download Stitcher for all your podcast needs.
Yeah.
Listen to some Joe Rogan
Yeah, and the Wanderers.
and the Wanderers. Just mainly the Wanderers. Why would you want to watch Joe Rogan? That's a terrible podcast.
Yeah. He only gets 30 million downloads, man.
We fucking clear that times 2.
We'll
Yeah.
never get there.
Not with that shitty attitude.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll throw to the interview because I want to go home and go to bed.
Yeah. Because Jason's weak.
No, I work in the morning.
Sleep is for the weak.
All right. Shelley Thompson, everybody.
No.
And Hank.
Hank Hill. And then Shelley.
And then Shelley.
And then Shelley.
Goodbye. Oh, wait. No.
We're not done.
Fuck.
We're still talking.
I'll say goodbye to you, though, because I'm leaving. See you, man.
Forever?
No.
Wait.
I'm an idiot.
What's happening right now?
All right, Shelley Thompson and Hank.
What was that?
I'm retarded.
Where am I? Wait. Are we ending or no? What?
Oh.
You want to throw down with a hoedown?
I'll get my guitar.
I'll get my washboard.
I'll go get my string bass, which is really a keyboard.
Hey, man, I'm gonna go get my banjo. Maybe I'm gonna go get a little accordion, man. What do you think? No. No, banjo, man.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3. Hey, yo, man, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna take a verse right now.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Well, shine on the one that's gonna prove untrue. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Well, shine on the one that's gonna left me blue.
Bobby, put that down. That's the jug I keep stuff in. Saw that thing, Connie.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to get into it.
No, it's my fault, Connie. I told you to saw.
Your mic facing the right way? Yeah. Yes. Oh. All right. Here we go.
Hello.
Hey, Shelley, how's it going?
Hey.
Good, thank you. Hi there. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
I'm doing good.
Good.
How's the weather in Halifax?
Oh, it's fine. Where are you guys?
We're about an hour northwest of Toronto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in Canada.
Oh.
Right. Yeah, no, the weather's fine here. A bit windy, cool tonight. It's definitely fall. It's a drag.
Yeah, we had a really warm day today, actually.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
did ya?
surprising. I thought it was.
Well-
I get up early, really early for work, and it was super cold this morning, and I thought it was going to be kind of dreary today, but it turned around. It's kind of
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, it's been like last week was so cold, and then this morning it was freezing. So I work outside, and I dressed for the weather, but within an hour it was like super nice.
So how many of you are on the phone there?
Oh, it's
Just
just the
two of us.
Yeah.
Two of you. Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah. I'm Colin, and my partner here is Jason.
Okay.
Yeah, I was the one emailing back and forth with you.
Okay. Okay.
So we got in contact with you through the maple syrup guys.
Right?
Were you on that show yet, or?
Yes, yeah. It was I went out last week, I think.
Okay.
How was that?
It was good. It was good. Yeah, we're seem like lovely guys, and the show the show seems quite interesting. It's a mixed bag of stuff, which is nice. It's nice to see that people are really taking to the podcasts and supporting Canadian podcasts. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of support through #PodernFamily. We get a lot of kind of like shares and retweets and stuff whenever we use
great.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of us kind of helping each other out, right? So
Yeah, lovely.
it's not so like some of the really big podcasts, they don't need to do stuff like that, but for us little guys, we definitely need to like band together and kind of share each other's stuff, and it's worked out really well for us.
Good.
Like
good.
that's actually how we got you is through that. So
Right.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming on for sure.
No problem.
Yeah, so this typically we don't really have a scheduled script or anything we go by. It's really free range. So if there's anything you feel like talking about or have on the go.
Well, I mean, this week is a big week for a big-ish week for me. It's the film festival week in Halifax this week, and I have my short film is playing that I wrote and directed is playing on Saturday night, Pearls, and that is of course starring Rob Wells, who normally plays or also plays. Usually plays Ricky in Trailer Park Boys, of course.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm thrilled with that. He's beautiful in it. There's there are three main characters. There's Rob's character, John Andrew, and his wife Miranda, who's played by Jenny Raymond. I don't know if you know her work. She does a series also out of Nova Scotia called Sex and Violence. And she was recently in The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay. Yeah, not too familiar with her, but We know Ricky.
Yes, no, and then the third character about whom the piece, around whom the piece revolves, is a young trans woman, Michelle Rain, and she plays the character Dawn, who is being helped to leave home by her mom because of conflict with her father, who is the character that Rob plays.
Okay.
So that's playing this Saturday night in Halifax, and on Friday night there's a feature film which is a horror film called The Child Remains, in which I am one of the three main actors with Alan Hawko and Suzanne Clement.
Okay, so you've been really busy, haven't you?
Yeah, I have. I've had a great little run. Though, of course, it sounds busier than it has been because, I shot that film. I finished that almost 2 years ago now, and it's only just getting out on the festival circuit now. So, my film we shot in June, and it's but it's a short film, and it was a lot quicker in post production. So.
How long did it take for the actual production to be completed?
For the short, or
Yeah.
for my short, we shot in early June, and then we did pre-production the month before, 6 weeks before, and then straight into the post with doing the color correction and the editing and all that stuff, and then gave it to my composer, and it finished. We finished up everything about August the 19th.
Nice.
And that was just ready to go August 19th, or?
Yeah, it was ready. It was ready to go August 19th, although actually we've just finished doing one final tweak. There was a sound glitch that we had to fix before it plays on Saturday in the big theater. So
yeah, at least it wasn't playing in the big theater, and you guys are like, oh, that wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it's sorted now, and hopefully they'll put the revised version into what's supposed to play on Saturday night.
Nice.
That's cool. That's actually something that me and Colin have been kind of mulling around and wanting to start. Like, we bought a decent camera in the hopes of trying to get like more content out, and I kind of threw out the idea of maybe starting a short film. So hopefully we can get something like that off the ground soon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go for it.
Yeah.
Call in all your favors because you'll need them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It won't be anything like, it'll be amateur, but
Oh, so amateur.
oh yeah.
Like we
Like
haven't really
we haven't done anything. This is the first thing we've done with any sort of like
media
production.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
well, we played in like bands and stuff in high school, but that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
Everybody
wow.
does that.
It all counts. Did you guys have any specific questions you wanted to ask me? Is there anything?
Well, like, obviously we have questions about Trailer Park Boys. That's always.
Yeah. Well, in the midst of all this that you have going on, are you still shooting anything for Trailer Park Boys right now, or?
Well, I'm not. No, I think the boys have stuff that they're doing. I shot the series in the summer, but that's it. I don't. They do the out of the park stuff and all kinds of other stuff, but I don't do any of that stuff.
All right.
So that would be season
13,
12. Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. So how did you end up getting involved with Trailer Park Boys in the first place?
Mike Clattenburg, who directed the first chunk of the show, saw me on stage and liked my performance and asked me to do it. And then I did the first season I did with them. I just came in and did a day as the minister, I think, who married Ricky and Lucy, and then he went away and wrote Barb for me.
Well, you definitely suit the part.
Yeah,
You did an
you play it
amazing
really
job.
well. It's awesome.
Oh, thanks.
In your new short film, the character, does he act like Ricky at all, or is it just totally different persona?
No, completely different persona. You can see if you go on Twitter and search a little bit, you'll find a link to the trailer, and you'll see him. He doesn't look like Ricky. He doesn't. No, he's not at all like Ricky. He's he plays the father of this young trans woman, and he's going to. All being well, I'm shooting a feature next year, and he'll play the same role.
Cool.
In a full-length feature. The dad of a young trans woman, and they're estranged for a period of time. And after her mom dies, she comes home in the feature to try and make peace with her dad. And so the feature film is about that. And this short film was sort of a precursor to the feature.
Okay.
So it's more of a tragedy story?
Well, it's a drama. It's not a tragedy, but it is a drama. So there's family friction that has to be resolved, and there's relationships that need to be figured out. So, but within it, there's lots of comedy as well. But the main thrust is dramatic rather than comedic.
That's going to be strange seeing Rob in a role like that, I think.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see that, actually.
He's a really, really good actor. He's, what you see in him as Ricky is just the tip of the iceberg. He's got a whole lot more he can do.
No, I know he's just from seeing some of the scene things, I can just tell he's really intelligent, and like you don't really get that impression because of all the Rickyisms and stuff in this show, and it's like, but no, I've seen him off camera just talking and the way he talks and stuff, like I can tell like it's just the tip of the iceberg, like you said.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see that, actually.
I haven't seen him in much. I know he was in one of the Boondock Saints movie.
Well, he was in, what was that movie?
Hobo with a Shotgun.
Yeah, Hobo with a Shotgun. That was so random.
Yeah, it was.
Did you ever see that?
I haven't seen Hobo with a Shotgun, and I should, because I know a lot of the people involved in it. So yeah, no, I have not seen it. I'm not inclined to blood and guts movies, so I've kind of given it a miss. But I should see it for sure.
Another one of those characters from Trailer Park Boys that seems like totally opposite to what they are in real life is John Dunsworth and Mr. Lahey. How is it working with him? It seems like he kind of comes in and takes over when he's on camera.
Yeah, well, it's great. He's a rare bird, John. He's very intelligent and lots of energy and a lot of drive, and very well read, and very, very interesting guy to spend time with.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting. I actually have a family friend who is pretty acquainted with him and Randy there. Pat, yeah.
Oh, Pat Roach, yeah.
Yeah. Her name's Shauna Lee.
I don't
know if you would know her.
No, I don't.
Yeah, she's affiliated with Shakedown Street in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Oh, okay.
One of the head shops, and they know.
Well, they do a lot of like the touring stuff, right? So I'm sure they have a lot of contacts from all the way around.
Yeah. I'm sure they do.
You've never gotten into something like that with the boys, have you? Like touring around with them, doing the...
No, no, I haven't.
Okay.
It's the guy thing, you know. I think it's something the guys do.
Well, that'd be funny if you just did like a surprise guest appearance and then you like came in and
you could do something.
I could totally see you in that.
Well, you just tell him that. I have to say, at the moment, I have so many other things kind of on the bubble that that while it's a great gig and I enjoy the people a lot, it's not the first thing that I'm trying to move forward. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So is that? I know it's pretty like the show's been running a long time, and it's got to be kind of getting to the point where it's gonna be. You got to start thinking about the end, right?
Yeah. Is it? Just kind of heard a rumor. Is it the last season, season 12, or do you think they're gonna do another one?
Oh, I don't know. I can't. I have no idea.
Are you able to disclose that?
I don't think I'm able to disclose anything.
Okay.
Oh, no, okay.
All right.
Well, either way, it's had a great run.
No, absolutely.
And you kind of expect they got all the side stuff, like the stuff they did in Europe and all that they can keep doing. So
yeah, they'll be at it for a while yet, I think.
Good. Yeah, how is it for you transitioning to a badass there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it was fine, I guess. It's not a place I want to stay with the character, but it's it was fun for a little while, and I think it took the girls in a different direction for a little while, so that was kind of cool. But I think it's not where Barb lives, really.
No.
Yeah, it was really out of character.
Yeah, but it fit. Like, it fit for everything that was happening in the show, and
yeah.
We would like to see some of Barb's roots come back.
Barb's what?
Barb's roots. Just the original kind of forte of the character, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. Did you feel uncomfortable playing that role at all, or was it kind of like...
No, not at all. I mean, it's in the script. It's justified by what's going on. It's just for me, and I love Barb, and I know her well, but I also think there's an element for Barb where she wasn't 100% comfortable in what was going on. So, she needed to get herself together and get back to the life that she felt happiest in.
Yeah. No, agreed. We'd like to see that.
Yeah. Now, I'm wondering, you being a part of the industry and everything and working in cinema and TV, are you a fan? Do you watch movies and stuff like that?
Oh my God, yes. I'm a huge I watch movies all the time because I'm a writer, right? I'm a script writer, so I'm writing movies and I'm watching them and thinking about how they're put together and thinking about what's working and what's not working and what I like and what I don't like, and I watch a lot of stuff.
Did you get a chance to go see the new It?
Not yet.
Are you planning on it?
Oh yeah, probably.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Is it?
It was actually really well done. I kind of kept my hopes a little lower to, kind of cushion the blow if it ended up sucking, but no, I was very pleased.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
It was
good.
really cool because it was filmed like 5 minutes from our hometown.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's like...
In Sudbury. Was it shot in Sudbury?
Maybe parts of it, but it was shot around
Westmount Rose
this
area.
town called Westmount Rose, and the town is known for having a covered bridge. So a covered bridge kind of comes into play into the story a little bit. And there's also a really popular quarry, like a swimming hole around here that they used.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it was really cool. I remember it was like maybe 2 years ago, and Stranger Things had just started to get really popular, and that's one of the actors who was in it. And all my friends were saying, "Oh, the kid from Stranger Things is in town." I'm like, "What?"
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really strange.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's cool, like stuff like that it doesn't happen around here often.
Yeah, well, it will happen more and more because there's a great tax credit for Northern Ontario now.
Oh.
And and the people who used to think about coming to film in Nova Scotia have gone to Sudbury and gone to Northern Ontario. So
well, we're still technically southern Ontario. Like we're in between
Oh, are you?
Lake Huron
We're
and
like
Toronto.
just on the border, pretty much.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Elora? Because that's where the quarry is. It's the Elora Gorge.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know it.
Well,
I've lived in Ontario, but I don't know it terribly well.
Okay. Yeah, it was pretty surreal when we were sitting in the theater, and then we've literally been at those spots, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
yeah, it was really, really cool.
Oh, great. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it, to see your community
Mhm.
up there all over a wall in front of you.
Well, it's just one of those things, too, because it was one of those childhood movies that just, like, totally scared the crap out of me, and then it's like, oh, yeah, no, now we're bringing it right close to home. It's like, oh.
Oh, you'll never be able to go swimming there again.
No, I can't. It's not going to happen.
Well, they when they were filming, apparently they had left one of the red balloons, and it had like lost its helium, and it was just like floating around on the street, and
That's
some
so
kid
creepy.
ran out to like grab it, and his mom was like, "No, don't touch that."
No doubt.
And it's superstitious people, right? So
Yeah.
those kind of movies, they play on those fears like very heavily.
I'm going to have to see it. Although this week is crazy, so it's going to be a little. And then I'm starting to film another movie, so
Right on.
yeah.
So you say you watch a lot of movies to kind of get inspiration and to see what you like and don't like. What kind of inspired you to make your short film?
Oh golly, there's a couple things. This particular short film was really inspired by the feature script that I've been working on, but the feature script I've been working on, there are lots of films that I really loved that impacted it. One is called Pride. It's a British film about the relationship between the miners and a gay community in England, in London, during the time of the miners' strike. And it's a terrific film, and I really like that. So that certainly influenced me. Recently, a couple of films that I've loved. A couple of years ago, one of the ones that I really loved was called 45 Years. I think the films that I'm probably into are, I would imagine, fairly different from what you guys are watching. I think.
Well, currently I'm watching nothing, so probably. Besides it, that's pretty much the only movie I've watched. And actually, no, that's not true. We ended up watching something on Netflix that kind of ended up being a waste of time. But I don't know. I just find a lot of movies are just super predictable now, and like nobody likes to go off canter. And maybe I need to start looking into those kind of movies.
Well, there's a great movie if you want something that is like out of left field. We saw 3 weeks ago. It's called I think it's called A Ghost Story or Ghost Story, and it's fantastic. It's weird as hell. And
I like weird. I like weird.
Well, it's weird for sure, but it's really good, and it raises all kinds of big questions about after death and where you are and what ties you to the earth as a human being, and it's just fantastic. It's a great film, but it's not a laugh a minute. There's no explosions, and no car chases and stuff.
Well, some of the actually, like, I would say most of my I don't go for those big action, like big budget tentpole movies like Fast and the Furious. My favorite movies are just your down to earth, like indie movies. Like,
oh, good.
I think I'd prefer that a lot more because I would just watch those big production budget films, and it's just like they're all just so full of it. You know what I mean? Like they're all just.
Except for 007.
I actually haven't really.
I haven't watched any of the ones with Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's so great. He's my favorite Bond.
Really?
Oh yeah, I love him.
I
Yeah.
couldn't. I don't know. I just kind of stopped watching those types of movies, so I'd have to watch them.
Yeah, I might have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
I've
Did you go see Wonder Woman?
Oh yeah,
Actually, we both saw it together. It was amazing.
I'm a huge comic fan. Like, I grew up with comics, so
Yeah.
I go to them all.
Right.
Yeah, that was actually one of the only superhero movies that I've actually wanted to go see.
It was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't tend to go to superhero movies either. But
Did you see Wonder Woman?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What did you think of it?
I felt mixed about it, but I was really glad it was made, and I was really glad it was made with a female director and given that type of budget, and because that doesn't happen in Hollywood.
True.
So it was kind of a landmark film,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not. I didn't love it, but I did think I was really glad it was made.
Mm-hmm. Was it just kind of like the styling, or just the action, or you didn't like the story, or?
I think I found it kind of doing what it was preaching against, so that when the woman at the end, when they're at the end, and the idea is that woman is able to take control and do what she needs to do, and she's as able as any man would ever be. It kept drawing attention to that fact. So in doing that, it just says basically you're not as able as any man could be, because we have to keep saying you are. So there was something in the way the film was written that I just kind of I got a bit pissed off with. And I felt like the end section was just like a Transformer movie or something, and I got kind of bored of that. It went on and on.
I would say the ending wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like what you're speaking to, I didn't notice anything like that. Like, I just saw a great movie. I didn't really read into like what it means for women. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm not pandering to one side or the other. I just kind of, I also grew up reading Wonder Woman comics, so
Right.
I'm kind of impartial, I guess. But
Right.
it's not something that I really noticed. That
No, and I think it's probably something that I'm hypersensitive to, and a lot of the female filmmakers I know are, because we're dealing with figures where, in filmmaking in Canada and the world, only 17% of films are written and directed by women. So you kind of go, and what's the population of the world? How does it break down?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's you at some point, and I guess at my age for sure, you kind of begin to lose patience.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, it's a good stepping stone for sure, like a landmark to, I don't want to say like allow women to have that high of production, but like the right to have that, like.
Yeah. So it's good, and I'll be glad to see, if other stuff comes as a result of it. We'll see if the numbers go up. That'll be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. I actually think that women would have a better kind of advantage, because for the most part they're a lot more in tune with their emotions, and they could use that to their benefit to really hit the audience with certain things, right? Like, I'm sure your film hits on a lot of emotions, but like you said, it has that comedy, but it's also very kind of like, it's in the kind of forefront of things that are relevant right now, right? But you might be able to shed an emotion on that.
Well, recently I just watched a movie, and it was written, directed, and starred Zoe Lister-Jones.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was a really good movie. I would put it at least in my top 10. It was called Band-Aid, just a little indie film. And like you're saying, it was really emotional, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a good movie.
Oh, good.
So-
I'll look out for that one.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out too.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, well, is there anything else you guys want to ask before I head into the sunset tonight?
No, not on this end, anyways.
Not on this end. I think it's been a very lovely conversation.
Great. Well, thank you very much for calling me up.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. If you ever want to come back on or have a follow-up after the film festival, we're more than available.
Mhm.
Okay.
You're
Well,
always
thank
welcome.
you very much for thinking of me, and I hope your podcast goes from strength to strength, you guys.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
take care,
Take
Shelley.
care. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Bye. Shelley
Slams the phone down. All right, so that was
Shelley Thompson,
Shelley Thompson,
a.k.a. Barb,
Barbara Lahey. Thanks for
From-
coming on the show.
from the TPB.
Trailer Park Boys.
Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, no, that was. I didn't know she was a writer or a director at all.
No,
was-
we
Surprising.
no.
Not
Well,
surprising
like-
because
A lot of actors and stuff, a lot of them try their hand at it.
Yeah.
You know that.
no, I
But,
actually
um,
really do want to see that film, especially to see John in that role.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting.
You mean Rob?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Jan. Who's Jan?
That's Mr. Lahey.
Yeah. I got him mixed.
Mixed it up.
Anyway, so I guess we're throwing to our new.
No, because I didn't put the thing up.
Well, Hank.
I I didn't even release the last episode yet.
Well,
It's ready to go. I don't know why I haven't done it. I just
So technically, this is. Are we 20 years old yet?
no,
No? Or 20 episodes old?
not yet.
We're only 19.
Anyways, we're gonna throw to Hank, have a little break, and come back.
All right. Take it
Well-
away, Hank. Go.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hank. Take it away.
Flowers.
He's a squatter.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Hank, for bringing it back. Are we back?
Yeah.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't mind the noise. Just
All right. We're gonna start in 5 seconds.
no, it's fine. I don't give a fuck.
I do.
Somebody's making food, man. People have to eat, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah. I guess. You do you, babe. You do you. All right, so we just had a wonderful conversation with Shelley Thompson, aka Barbara Lahey from Trailer Park Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I enjoyed it.
It was great.
Did you like it?
I did.
Honestly, though,
Yep. I have no qualms.
no qualms,
No qualms.
no quiffs.
No quiffs.
He is not quiffing, ladies and gentlemen.
No, it was cool. Moving on up. Getting bigger guests in the Canadian market anyways.
Yeah, I'm
All you Americans.
I'm happy who we've had so far. Honestly, like we've been having great support and wonderful conversations with really highly influential people in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only going to get bigger, right?
We've definitely found like a category. We're definitely entertainment based.
Or entertainment, but what I really, I've been kind
But
of.
that's also because like I've been getting all the guests and like
No, I get that, but
that's what I'm gonna go towards because it's just me.
eventually we'll get People who I've been listening to too.
You got to be aggressive.
Mm-hmm. I've just been kind of thinking about like the vision of the show. You know what I mean? Like anything without a vision kind of ends up falling apart, or just kind of loses traction. And you know.
Well, like I said, our vision is moving towards entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment, but it really kind of hit me too. Just, do you notice that conversation is just like dying? It's just,
Oh,
you know,
I guess.
like even, you know, you look at, I'm not saying there's nobody doing long range conversations or whatever, but just, you know, I'd still like to be a part of that, you know, like I still like talking with people and meeting new people. And
I don't
you know.
necessarily like meeting new people. Like it's, if it happens, great, but there's no ambition for it. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way. I think I'm comfortable with the group of people that I'm around right now, but
well, it's not
like I said, it's not like it's something
I don't
avoiding.
mean meeting new people and having them be your friends and like, you know, whatever. I'm talking more, you know, we don't really see the other side of that.
But we're interacting with new people in this.
That's what I mean. Like meeting new people as in, you know, we're talking with new people. We're talking about different things we normally wouldn't. Like it's still in the entertainment category, but you know, especially since we want to get more involved, like we're talking about doing short film and all that stuff, like even just getting in the conversations of, you know, oh, we're doing pre-production, post-production, like all that stuff, like getting acquainted even with just those topics and that side of it. Like you don't see that side of it, like, you know, when we're constantly being bombarded with all this entertainment, you don't see the real side of it. Like you don't see the real people behind it. It's just, you know, we're kind of like the barrier in between that, you know what I mean? Like you don't hear those kind of conversations. Like, I don't know, everything's really scripted.
Yeah.
And it's just very PR'd, you know.
Oh yeah, they hire people for that.
Right.
That's literally people's jobs, to make sure you don't seem like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
People don't hire assholes. Like,
you get what I mean, though.
kind of. Like, you're
Well,
saying...
even me and you having a conversation right now, like 90% of the time, like we've talked about this on the show before, like we don't actually talk. It's like everybody's just glued to this all the time.
I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, we were just at an engagement party where we sat around and talked for 4 hours.
Right. And then half the conversations that we were having was about entertainment and movies.
What's bad? Why is that bad?
I don't know. It's just...
That's just what people are interested in.
People. It's not necessarily what I'm all about recently, especially. Like...
Well, that's
like,
fine,
it's
too.
still a part of me, but it's like not all that I relate everything. Like, I still want to feel like I have a connection besides these things that we watch, you know what I mean? Like, there's more to life, and there's more to connecting with people and actually talking, and like conversations are what make you really understand things rather than just being talked to. Like, you talk with somebody and then you actually get both sides of it. And especially because we're not talking, we're just constantly being fed this information, and then we get
It's
this
just...
cognitive bias, you know what I mean?
It's that... Whatever the hell you want to do, whatever. Go and do it.
Exactly.
That's... And then if I want to talk about entertainment with someone else who wants to talk entertainment, that's just going to happen.
Like, obviously.
Like, there's things that, like, there's conversations I've had with people that are really, like engaging and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you debate with people. That happens with me almost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people know that about me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like my thing, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people say I argue a lot, but I just really want, engaging conversation. And I get what
Well,
you
that's
mean
what I
because
mean.
nobody else, all like 1 in 10 people maybe, and then those 9 other people are like, "Oh, you're arguing." I'm like, just because I'm
Just because you have a different
questioning
opinion.
opinions doesn't mean I'm arguing. We're debating, we're speaking. This is how you accomplish things.
That's
you-
what I mean.
You have to challenge your own point of view to solidify it, right?
And that's what I like about conversation, and like that's what I was kind of trying
No,
to
I
get
get
to.
that,
It's
but I'm
like-
just saying that doesn't have to be 100% of my conversation.
True, but I
I
just
like
noticed,
movies. I like music.
hmm
I can talk about that all day.
but it's like I just know from the past, like I felt disconnected because it felt like that's all we'd end up connecting on.
But
is those things.
that's how some people feel connected.
right.
You people relate
But
to
maybe I
stuff.
just wanted to connect in a different way.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's my own.
You just have to
personal
find the right people.
Right.
Not everybody's going to be like that.
No, I get it.
And I know
that's what
like
I've
me and
been-
you have conversations like that, but
Mhm.
maybe you and other people don't. And you just have to realize that not everybody's going to be the same.
Mhm.
And that's okay.
No, I love that though. I love that about people. Not everybody's the same, but at the same time,
Everything would be a fucking dial tone. It would be so fucking boring if
Right.
everyone talked about the same thing.
Well, that's why I feel like, that's what's happening with this shit though. Like we fucking see shit on Facebook. It's like, did you hear this is what happened? Yeah, that's what happened. This is how it happened.
I don't pay attention to that.
But like,
I fucking skip that shit.
I do too now. I can't follow that shit anymore. Like, especially, since we're kind of talking about that, today is September 11th, and if you've been living under a rock, there's 2 sides of the story. One is the side of what that we're told, and then the other side is what people think happened. Like the truther community, right? Or conspiracy theorists, whatever you want to say. It's just like in all that stuff, it's very one-sided. Like until you go to that other side, and then if you go to that other side, then you're questioned and you're labeled as, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist.
Well, they're all sycophants. They all fucking believe each other and propagate each other's shit. That's why it's crazy. They don't go around things with empirical evidence. They go off on hearsay and opinion, and they fucking spread it as truth
So
without
it's
even
an opinion,
thinking about it.
It's an opinion that the center column was cut in a perfect diagonal with thermite splattered all over the site.
So explain to me how you found that in a pile of rubble.
There's a fucking picture of it, bro.
You can
You can literally go on Google and look it up.
see the... Okay, let's see this.
Go to Google, type in the fucking
Thermite
center column of the Twin Towers.
Center column. Did you look up counter arguments?
Yeah.
And what were the counter arguments?
They pretty just didn't make sense to me because they say because of the weight of where the fire, or like where the fire gave out, the center column melted all this shit on that floor, and then the pancake of the building ended up bringing it down.
That doesn't look like a clean thermite cut to me.
All right, look up construction or demolition thermite center column.
Either way, I'm not going to argue this because I don't know it.
See, that's the thing.
And there's no way to tell. Maybe they needed to cut that after it had fallen. Like, they were saving people. They had to cut shit. I'm
Okay.
just saying.
No, I hear you.
So what?
I know you don't.
So
want
what are you
argue-
saying? Are you saying you believe that a plane didn't smash into the building?
I'm saying that the initial story that a passport magically flew through the rubble, landed in the streets, and just so happened to be picked up and it had the passport of one of the acclaimed people on the plane.
I don't know anything about that.
See, like, that's the thing. I looked into a lot of stuff, and there's a whole fucking plethora of people who have looked into the stuff. And then if you don't know it, then it does sound crazy, because it's like, how could you fucking lie about that? But then you look into all the special interest groups, the shit that happened after with the Patriot Act, the shit that happened with the insurance policies that the guy took out literally a fucking week before the shit happened, the drill that happened the same day that a plane hit the tower. Like, there was literally a military drill happening, and then it happened, and they're like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I mean. Like, I know you don't want to argue because you haven't looked into it, but that's my point exactly. Like, people don't want to question that stuff because they think, oh, it's just a bunch of crazy people walking around and saying all this shit. But then there's fucking empirical evidence that fucking shows you exactly what's going on.
So
and it might not be exactly 100% the truth.
You believe it was an inside job?
By maybe not America, but it could have been some other, like, I think Saudi Arabia could have had something to do with it, and then they kind of played it off as being Afghanistan and Osama bin Laden. Like, I'm not saying he wasn't a part of it or anything. Like, I'm just saying, like, I don't fucking know.
He definitely was.
I know.
Because he claimed on video.
There's actually a video that does, they take a picture of Osama bin Laden, and then they'd, like, go to the video of the
doctored.
Guy. It's like a doctored, either a doctored video or a guy who isn't him but looks like
either way, it doesn't fucking matter because it happened. People are dead. Families are destroyed because of it.
Right, but who's, it does matter if they're saying you did it and then really that group didn't, and then it just justifies this whole fucking war, which ends up being, oh, now they're fucking taking all the opium and they're fucking taking all the oil there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, people talk about this, and then they're like, I know you don't want to argue it, and, like, I'm not claiming that I know all the answers. I just know that
it's just not something that I'm generally interested in, because I am and I'm not. Like, I am interested in it to the point, but not to the point where I want to change people's minds, because the people I have spoken to about it aren't changing their minds.
Well,
that's
a key
the problem
principle
with arguing with people. I've like finding
mm-hmm.
if I find the person is open to taking counter arguments and questioning their own side, then for sure I'll talk to them. But people who generally believe conspiracies, like I said, they're sycophants. They fucking all support each other, and they all believe everything, and they don't change their minds. That's why that's why the way they act. That's why they act the way they act.
But
like
to that point,
I've talked to.
It's hard not to become.
Dude,
what do you call it?
A sycophant.
Sycophant. That's just somebody.
That's someone who like blatantly supports someone.
Mm-hmm. Well, to that side, it's because I was kind of on that. I was a sycophant, I guess you could say, where I was believing everything, and it gets to a point where it's like, okay, it's getting ridiculous. But then, at the same time, the counter argument for the sycophants would be, if they could lie about something as huge as that, and if there is any merit in that.
There has been crazy conspiracies.
I know that.
But it's a case-to-case basis. Just because one's true doesn't mean they're all true.
I didn't say they're all true.
Well, that's what you were getting at. If they could lie about something crazy about this, why question everything? Mm-hmm. Why not question everything? Because it's a case-to-case.
Question everything.
I know you are, but
right?
like once, I get that. I'm a skeptic. Mm-hmm. I get that you have to question everything.
Well, so am I.
But when you're getting to the point where you're jumping to these crazy conclusions and then following them and believing them,
but when these crazy accusations
jumps the line of being a skeptic to being fucking crazy. Like, I can't believe that there's still people who question climate change. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Well,
It's not a fucking question. It's not a debate. There's no one side or the other. It's fucking happening.
I literally just saw something today with that scientist, starts with a K, Asian guy.
Michio Kaku?
Yeah, Michio Kaku. He was talking about how they literally shoot lasers up into the atmosphere and cause precipitation, and they actually do weather experiments, and they've allegedly not, he said, how did he say it? He said it's not conclusive that...
He's very theoretical, though. You have to...
He's not talking... He's talking about shit that they're actually doing. This isn't a theory. They literally...
Well, I'm just saying, just be careful with him because he's a theoretical.
I'm careful with all those fucking theoretical... I get
He
how they get there, but a lot of the time it's like they're just creating theories to back theories of theories, and it's just
the thing is they're trying once there's certain theories that
hold on,
scientists
before you go on to that, all I was gonna say is they're literally doing weather experiments, and they're actually manipulating, and they can cause
that can be good.
It can be, but you know. Just because we see things, like, I'm not saying, you know, there's people...
There's a
like,
way...
You know what HARP is?
The weather thing.
Well, it's not claimed as a weather thing, right? They're claiming it as they're testing, putting frequencies up into the...
Yeah, Jesse Ventura told me all about it.
There's a lot more people than just him.
I know.
But anyway, all I'm saying is, you know, if they have technology like that and the mass majority of people don't know about that, the likelihood that they could do stuff behind that, I'm not saying these hurricanes are caused by that, but, like, what if the technology gets to that point and then we start using that as fucking...
We can use it for good, too.
Which I'm very hopeful for. And
you know what? There's a way that we can erase global warming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, right now we can do it.
Yeah, I know.
It's just extremely dangerous, and it will kill all the wildlife. If you just fill the atmosphere with particles like smoke or something, or big dust clouds, launch a bunch of nukes, like basically create a nuclear winter, that'll reverse that'll lower the temperature of the planet because it blocks the sun.
See, here's the thing about...
But it'll kill all the plants.
The whole thing that
it'll
fucks me up
everything
with climate change and everything that they're claiming about it is that they give you, like, this much of the spectrum of what the climate has been for the last, like, 10 to 100,000 years. And then if you actually look beyond that, like, it's so sporadic in some points and so drastic in some of the changes where it just like that.
It's not drastic.
Okay, you need to look
like
into
we're
this
looking
guy.
We're talking about...
There's this Joe Rogan podcast where this guy literally fucking... He's
it's
like
the fucking... I know which guy you're talking about.
You know this shit. It's
one of the dudes, he's friends with that crazy author, Graham
Hancock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that guy.
Yeah, you're talking about the other guy that's with him all the time.
The bigger guy with the beard?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
He's smart, but it's not... he's on the outside. He's not your conventional... what is he? He's a geologist.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's even denying climate change. Like, there's obviously something changing, but it might not be... like, we might not be...
He believes there was a huge, massive asteroid strike. After the one that everyone knows about.
I don't know anything about that. I wouldn't doubt it.
I know what you're talking about. I know that's... But, like, it's not... On the scale of history, it seems drastic, but those changes aren't as drastic as you think. Like, we've had multiple ice ages, but they don't just snap. They don't just fucking, we're not an ice age anymore.
Dude, look at this graph. that he shows, and it's from the ice that they pulled up from the Antarctic, and it shows a dramatic change.
Spikes.
It's like it was like gradual at one point, and then all of a sudden it just like.
But you realize
huge.
That's only taking ice that's been frozen. The stuff that melts is melted and gone. You know, you understand that, right?
Right, but they're measuring not. Doesn't it have something to do with the amount of carbon that's in that layer of ice? And it like tells
the amount of everything in the ice.
Yeah.
You can tell the composition of the atmosphere from what's in the ice.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
I don't know. I could see us just going into another ice age without nuclear fucking anything.
But we're not. We're trending towards the exact opposite.
Like,
do you realize?
I get the concept of greenhouse gas and everything. Like,
so what
bouncing
happens?
up.
What creates an ice age is particulates in the air, and that's blocking the sun. So that's what creates ice ages. Like when an asteroid strikes and covers the whole Earth in a cloud of dust, you can pretty much guarantee.
Well, like Yellowstone's acting up, and like that could fucking cause it.
That could do it too. So that drops the temperature of the Earth. What's happening now is we're just putting gases that hold the heat in. So we're not getting an ice age anytime soon. Quite the opposite. The Earth is warming up, and it's irrefutable.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. Because I want to go
to
home
what?
soon.
What are we gonna move on to? We're gonna fucking boil soon anyway.
I know, I'm hot as fuck.
Global warming up in this bitch.
It is. I don't know. We could talk more about it. That was the thing that happened.
Yeah. So we watched It on the weekend, and it
is really good.
Was really good. Yes. No, pretty much brought back childhood memories of fear. And it had to bring it close to home.
It didn't. It didn't like freak me out.
It didn't freak me out, but it definitely creeped me out.
It was really cool.
Jason has a new girlfriend, by the way.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I'm like fascinated with one of the monsters.
Yeah, there's this painting.
The flute lady, I guess.
In the rabbi's office or whatever.
Like the one Jewish kid's afraid of it, and then it becomes the painting. It's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I was just saying.
We're not gonna this isn't gonna be a spoiler episode because we know a lot of people haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So.
What are you doing? Like, go see that movie.
Yeah. No, I definitely.
I don't get creeped out easily. That's why it's so fascinating to me. Because, like, there's like only one other thing I can think of that like creeped me out, and that's the mannequin thing from Silent Hill.
Oh yeah.
The second Silent Hill movie wasn't good, but it was that thing. Just fucked me up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because the only thing that came close to like that level of creepiness, which actually scared me, was Silent Hills. And
the game, yeah.
That like,
and there's like
literally
a scene,
blew my mind.
There's a scene where that fucking flute lady fucking
looks so much like her. Like that's what fucked me up about it. Like in Silent Hills, if you haven't played it, there's you basically keep going. Yeah, no, it's not.
Or when you lose.
When you lose. So basically, you're going through this hallway. It's an L-shaped kind of hallway, and it goes down into a little basement. And you have to keep going through the hallway, and then the way you unlock certain things is you look around in the atmosphere, and it gets super creepy.
It's haunted, and there's fucked up shit happening.
And then you keep hearing this groaning, and it almost sounds like a laugh and a cry of this woman. And then when you lose, she fucking jumps out of nowhere and scares the shit. Like, I literally am playing in my bed, and I ended up on the other side of the room because I fucking jumped that much.
No, it is when you win.
No, when you win, you go down and then it goes.
Yeah, but you have to get killed by her first.
Well, you never. You can't not be killed by her because it just happens. Because the one part, it just glitches. I actually think you can get by it, though, without her coming up because I've seen YouTube videos.
Yeah, I don't know.
But,
Yeah, that was terrifying.
it's by far one of the scariest things.
I'm so sad that it didn't get made.
I think it's just on the back burner, to be honest.
No, it isn't. It's done.
Really?
Yeah, man. Konami fucked it.
Why?
Because it was Konami. They had Hideo Kojima, and he was making the game, right? But he also made Metal Gear Solid. And then Konami, like, fucked the development of Metal Gear Solid because he was taking too long. So they took it from him. So he was like halfway through it.
Halfway through Metal
Gear Solid. Yeah. And they wanted it to be released, and he wanted to work on it more. So they forced his hand, and they took the production from him. And like the second half of that game is fucked because they just did the rinse repeat thing on like missions. So like you get like halfway through and everything's great, and then all of a sudden all the missions become like the same thing. You can totally tell.
That's fucking horseshit.
And then
no wonder he fucking left.
And he left. Yeah.
I would too.
With him went Silent Hills because Benicio del Toro walked and Norman Reedus walked.
Okay.
Now he's doing Death Stranding, which looks fucked.
So the developers.
Not good fucked. I think it looks shitty.
Yeah. The
Hideo Kojima is the developer. Konami was the publisher.
So who got the rights to the?
Konami has the rights.
So could it?
They could, but it wouldn't be the same.
I think they should just still do it. And like.
Well, they lost. They lost because Resident Evil took their idea and made Resident Evil 7. And I knew that was gonna happen because those
so
two
pretty
have been,
much they're like yoink.
Yeah, those two have been locked in
yeah.
competition since like day one.
No, yeah, I see that. I don't even know the premise of Resident Evil 7. Like,
Well, it's just they took like the creepy first person in a shady house thing. Like it's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre type thing.
Mm-hmm.
You go to save your wife and she's trapped by a bunch of cannibals and shit.
Man, I was so obsessed with Silent Hills, and then I kept watching the one video where it's like the extended gameplay or whatever, where he's like running down that other hall and that fucking giant hand.
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah,
whatever.
man. It was like a leg or something, wasn't it? Or I don't know. It was fucked.
Fuck. That game, I literally think that game would have driven people insane.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it had the potential.
Man, the first Silent Hill was amazing. That game terrified the shit out of me. Like when you were in the Upside Down world. Or I guess I just called it that just because of Stranger Things.
Yeah. See, the thing, like I know you said too, you're kind of sick of horrors and they're all just really dumb and predictable and
like
just
those stupid horrors where it's like, oh, we have a possessed child and he's killing people, and it's like, wow, thanks, Ring. Everything was from The Ring.
Yeah, The Ring.
The Ring was really good. Don't get me wrong. I loved The Ring.
No,
but everything after it is just like a copy.
No, I know. Funny story about The Ring. The first time I ever watched that, sitting there with my dad and my cousin Mitch on the couch, and then literally the very second the fucking credits started rolling up, the phone rang. And then we all just like sat there. My dad's just like,
what is it?
You
it's
get
like
it.
7 days or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Did you see they're making a new one?
I don't know. Like, you're never going to match the first one.
It has potential, but at the same time, it's kind of gimmicky because it's like
Yeah,
a viral video that goes on the internet, and then
that's been done.
Everybody's got 7 days now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it literally gave me hope in horror movies again because I stopped.
Well,
watching
like I
them.
never had lost hope. Like I did and I didn't, right?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
You just have to realize that 90% of horror movies are gonna suck.
Yeah, kind of comes with
like
the
there's a
niche.
few gems. Like
I'm still trying to think of that one with the DMT.
the first Silent Hill was really good. Second Silent Hill, I could take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
It was more faithful to the game, but it wasn't a great
fucking
movie.
cannot wait for Spawn. That's gonna be so good. It's gonna be
hope so.
so fucking good. And if it's not, I'm literally gonna drive to the producer's house and fucking slap him in the face like Stewie does.
Well,
Fucking Family Guy.
what's his McFarlane, the guy who wrote it, is doing it.
It's like-
is the producer.
Huh. Just like gets on a train, fucking gets on a plane.
Yeah.
That's what wasted my 2 hours.
Yeah. Anyways, I think
Yeah, I guess it's about that time.
yeah. So that's the end of the show.
Hope you guys enjoyed the interview with Shelley Thompson.
You can
Barbara.
check us out on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff.
Yes.
If you want to support us, you can go to our website and buy some Loot Crate using our links.
Yes, this show is sponsored by Loot Crate for all your gaming trinkety
All your trinkets and
fun stuff.
they didn't give me a readout, so we don't have a promo code yet because whatever, I don't know why, but
It's
I'm
coming.
trying to get it
It's coming.
because the promo code comes with a discount and they don't just hand those out.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're affiliated with them, so if you want to support us, you can go get a Loot Crate from our website. Use the links on the front page.
And also, download Stitcher. I just got recently informed the time that we told y'all to stop the recording and stop doing whatever you're doing. We didn't even say what it is. So Stitcher is a podcasting app. It's kind of like anything, like kind of like Apple Pod, anything like that.
Just podcasts.
Just
It
podcasts.
notifies
mainly.
you when you subscribe to new ones and stuff like that. Downloads them automatically. And
It has a lot more options too. Like I noticed, it has about twice as much as the Spotify variety. Like that's where I mainly listen to my podcast.
Spotify is really like they're picky.
Yeah.
And some people don't like it. So, like Joe Rogan won't. He's not on there.
Yeah. Well, that's whatever.
Yeah.
It's on Stitcher. You don't gotta worry about it. You can watch Joe. You can watch us. You can watch
Murder.
Taggart and Torn.
Taggart and Torrens.
Yeah.
And The Murmur
The Murmur. Yeah.
on Rude City Radio.
Yeah. Rude City Radio.
I called him Murder.
Murder.
Cause his
I
name's
thought you were
Murder.
just looking at me and saying, "I'm gonna murder you."
Murder.
Murder.
All right. That's it.
All right. Until next time, Hank. This is possibly a fair deal.
A what?
Adieu.
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 See ya. Oh, I missed.
You fucking.
No.
See ya.
You want to throw down with a hoedown?
I'll get my guitar.
I'll get my washboard. I'll go get my string bass, which is really a keyboard.
Hey, man, I'm gonna go get my banjo. Maybe I'm gonna go get a little accordion, man. What do you think? No, the banjo, man.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3. Hey, yo, man, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna take a verse right now.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Well, shine on the one that's gonna prove untrue. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Well, shine on the one that's gonna left me blue.
Bobby, put that down. That's the jug I keep stuff in. Saw that thing, Connie.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to get into it.
No, it's my fault, Connie. I told you to saw.